This is a 55-year-old female who did cataract surgery in her right eye elsewhere 10 years ago. She presented with a drop of vision in her left eye, which was because of cataract, and she was unsatisfied with her vision in her right eye. She had mild myopia, about -2 diopter in her right eye, and her vision was about 20/40. Phaco and IOL was done first for the left eye, and the patient was happy with the result, and she was insisting to change the IOL in her right eye. Here the surgery started with 2.2 millimeter clear corneal incision. Then the OVD was used to reopen the capsular bag around the optic and around the haptic, and also was injecting behind the IOL to reform the capsular bag and to free the optic from the posterior capsule, along with free the haptic also for both sides from the capsular bag fornix. Then Sensky was used to free the haptic and pull it out slowly and gently from the capsular bag into the anterior chamber of both sides. This is a very crucial step and should be done smoothly, and it is very important to be sure that the haptic is completely free from the capsular fornix to avoid any zonular dialysis. As you can see in this video, now the first haptic is out from the capsular fornix in this side, then the second haptic of the IOL also it is out of the capsular bag fornix. Now the both haptic and the optic are in the anterior chamber. Now I'm trying to be sure that the haptic is free in the anterior chamber and is not touching the cornea, and I'm trying to make a space to reform the capsular bag by injecting the OVD to implant the new IOL before removing the old IOL from the anterior chamber. Now this is the single piece hydrophobic acrylic IOL. Here the IOL is implanted into the capsular bag behind the old IOL, and the benefit of this technique to implant the new IOL before removing the old IOL, the new IOL will protect the posterior capsule from any further damage during cutting the old IOL and pulling it out from the anterior chamber. Before cutting and removing the old IOL, is a crucial step to inject a dispersive OVD to protect the endothelium of the cornea before introducing the another instruments, the micro forceps and micro scissor, to cut the old IOL into two halves, as you can watch in this video. Here is cutting the old IOL. Now two halves are ready to be removed from the antechamber using any forceps to remove each half alone. Now this is the first half is out the anterior chamber, and now repositioning the second half to hold the haptic and to get it out from the chamber. To get the haptic first, then you can pulling it gently and take it out from the anterior chamber. Now the surgery was finished and everything went very well, and I removed the viscoelastic material from the antechamber and behind the IOL. The patient was very happy as her vision was improved to be 20/20 in her right eye. This is the end of the surgery. Can see the new IOL is centered very well, and thank you for watching.